Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today we're going to be talking about preview features and specifically about a recent poll that I did on using preview features in production. But before we get started on that, I just want to make it clear that I am not like some kind of poll nut, right? Because I only post polls that I have a legitimate question about. I want to try to validate some assumption that I have or that I can do some analysis on, something that's meaningful. This attitude is apparently not shared by the vast majority of LinkedIn poll users. I've It's been my impression. It never ceases to amaze me some of the polls and it seems like LinkedIn just loves its polls, right? I mean, every time, half the time when I'm refreshing, my feed on LinkedIn, I got some poll staring me at the face at the top of my feed. LinkedIn seems to just love these things, which maybe social media in general, I don't know. But half of them, I just don't see the practical use for them. You'll get these poll questions like, what is a language used in Power BI? And they'll have like DAX, M, R, and Python. It's like, well, they're all used. Where's the all of the above? So you get poll questions like that, or things like, okay, what does the D in DAX stand for? And it's like, how is that useful to anybody? I just don't understand the purpose of some of these polls. Um, and then just today, I had to laugh. This poor guy who posts a lot of polls, but he posts this poll: which authentication method does Power BI support? OAuth, Morse code, smoke signals, or carrier pigeon? And of course, the community's going to mess with it. So I found that hysterical. This poor guy was probably just trying to get some poll question where you can get 100%, like everyone knows the answer to this. But alas, no such luck. Okay, so back to my poll, and in preview features, and I've talked about this in a number of different, a couple of different videos, previous videos, where these preview features, right? It continues to grow, right? And pretty soon we're going to have like 2 full pages of these preview features because nothing ever seems to make it out of preview. And they just keep adding stuff and adding stuff. And to me, this is a tremendous amount of technical debt, and I've covered all that stuff. So I wanted to like, okay, but so then the question came to me, that I started thinking about was, okay, just because something is in preview, is it a solved problem, right? Because I kind of grew up, I guess I got 30 years doing this, in IT. There's kind of a cardinal rule in IT, at least the way I was brought up in IT. And that is, the cardinal rule is you do not use alpha and beta code, in a production scenario. It's fine to play with it and all of that. That's perfectly fine, but that is not anything you use in production. In fact, putting alpha or beta code out into production is like a surefire way of getting fired, right? It's like there aren't too many surefire ways to get fired in IT. That's one of them. Some you deploy something, some beta code up to production, and something goes haywire, and maybe that's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. Maybe it's because my actual real job, which is not Power BI, or even anything in terms of data. My real job is running a Dynamics consulting practice, so ERP, so finance and supply chain management. So that's what I actually do for a living, is I run that consulting practice for a global technology firm. Anyway, so yeah, I mean that's just how I was brought up, and so I was initially kind of surprised at this poll a little bit, that there was 45%, almost half of people that were using preview features in production. So I was initially kind of surprised at that, but then I started thinking about it a little deeper, and I'm going to post a new poll on this to kind of validate what I think is going on here, and that is Power BI is not used solely by IT professionals, right? There's business users that are using it. So, and they probably don't care, that it's, about that cardinal rule of IT systems. So I'm going to create a follow-up poll to this to kind of validate that. But I think the other really interesting thing about this poll is that a third of people, right, almost a third of users, preview features mean nothing to them. Like, just because it's in a preview feature is it's it's not a real thing yet. They can't use it, right? And so then, this kind of it's kind of funny to me because I get asked this question, right? Greg, do you think your meme campaign is going to last to 5,000, days? And the answer is almost assuredly yes, right? Because even if Microsoft were to post a preview feature tomorrow that solved measure totals, in Power BI table and matrix visuals, right? It's probably not going to be for at least a year before then it goes and is actually released to GA, right? So and at that point, we're pretty much right at a 5,000 days. So I fully expect, the meme campaign to go on for 5,000 days, right? We'll get to the 5,000 day mark. But and I think so my guess is that the majority of these yeses are business users. The majority of these yeses are IT people that know better, or they've explained, things. So sometimes as a consultant, especially, you can explain stuff to a customer and explain the risks and all that sort of stuff, and they're like, "Yes, go ahead and do it anyway," right? And as a consultant, you're there to advise. You're not, but the customer has the ultimate decision-making capability. So I think that's what's going on here. And I have the feeling that the majority of these no's are IT professionals, right? That are like, no, it's a cardinal rule. You don't do that. So anyway, that was really all I had for this video. I think it's an interesting poll. I'm going to follow up. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and create the next poll. So let's go over here. We'll start a post. There's a rare maybe. Why can I never remember how to do posts? Yeah, here we go. Poll, create a poll. See, I don't do this that often. So, okay. So, what poll do you have? And we're going to say business user, IT professional. All right, we're not going to do a week. I always do my polls for 3 days. Done. And then say, please answer only if you are using Power BI preview features in production. There we go. What role do you have? Business user, IT professional. So we're going to post this. And yeah, so if you're watching this video, go out to LinkedIn, find this post, and answer it. And I'm kind of interested to see if my assumptions are that the majority of people that are using Power BI preview features in production are business users and not IT professionals who know better. All right, that's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.